Welcome to the March episode of 50 Shades of Maintenance. I am not Tanya O'Rourke.
And I am not Tanya O'Rourke or John O'Rourke.
Or John O'Rourke, that's true.
Or TJ Brownfield.
Right, exactly.
Although I'm telling you, I'm trying to get there, now that he's got to cut his short.
Yeah, no, I went the other way, man. I went to the summer cut. So this is me trying to bring in the warm weather. Like
we're getting this in right in March, right in the skin of our teeth.
Just barely. So how have you been, sir? I haven't seen you in a while. I missed you.
Pretty good. Really busy in a good way. For folks following my Facebook, you guys all know that I got Eric for about, I don't know, what was it? Not even 36 hours, but I had him for 36 hours. It was great, or whatever it was. Whatever 10 o'clock at Friday night to about noon on Sunday equates to, yeah. And so, but he's back in Washington, so yay.
And now is he back in Washington, like doing his stuff there now? Like he's working there or what?
He's back in Washington doing one of his rotations, and several of his rotations will be back here in Washington. Unfortunately, this one and maybe a few other ones are far enough away to where it doesn't make sense to commute on a daily basis, especially with Seattle traffic. So it's still going to be probably a weekend thing now, but at least it's an every weekend thing, unless it's like this weekend where he might be on call. So, but the good news is, or the point of all that is gosh, towards the end there, I was just getting, I think I talked to you and Tanya about this a little bit. I was just getting really, like this particular stint where he had been gone since November was really towards the end, just really affecting me. The anticipation, but then I was very, very excited. We're in the home stretch.
No, that's awesome. I mean, well, at least now it's a car ride versus a plane ride. So, you can go, if you have a really bad day or something, you could, jet over there and be like, I just need to see you for a couple hours. I mean, it would be kind of a long way for that. But still, you know what I'm saying? You could.
And it's nice too, because like this time when he forgot a few things, it's not like, oh no, I've got to ship it. Like he forgot like his laptop cord. It's like I can just bring that down to him this weekend or whatever. So
cool. Good.
So yes, I'm doing much better, but I'll tell you, March was really rough. I was just feeling, I don't think I had like a lot of like friend events going on. We didn't have any like major gatherings or get-togethers. And I just need that, so.
I know, and we didn't even really get to hang out much other than my mental breakdown that one night. And then, but I'll count that one.
That wasn't too bad.
No, he talked off the wall.
Are you? I know this sounds horrible, but I haven't watched your update from like the most recently. Did you talk about that at all in your videos already, or?
I did talk about things kind of not going my way. I mean, not quite to the point where I talked about it with you, but since then, actually, we talked and things kind of. I figured if things were given enough time, they would kind of calm down, let her just kind of decompress, go on her vacation, come back, and then I re-engaged with her, and we had a very very good conversation about everything and why she's there, where she's at. And we just agreed to kind of, hey, let's just hang out and just spend time together as friends for right now and just see where things go with your personal life and, pick it up from there. So I'm putting anything else on hold, but just, we at least can stay in touch. So
that one day you updated your profile picture, you were like,
oh yeah. No, that was
my gosh. Like, what?
Yeah. Mel called me out on that. She's all, that's way too serious for a profile picture. I'm like, all right, I'll take it down.
Way too serious. I mean, I think even Eric was like, what the? I'm like, oh.
I was actually in a good mood that day. I just was like showing off I wasn't too sure about the cut because I'm so used to having the beard that when I took it all off, I was like, oh shit. So
you look really good.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. You
do look you look rested, even though maybe you are or not, but you look, well, of course, and that blue definitely is your color.
Oh, thank you, sir. Yeah. I saw this and I thought, I got to pick it up. It goes
with the salt and pepper.
Right, exactly.
The silver and the gray and the blue.
Yeah, I tie it in with the little gray stripe here, so we're good.
There you go. See, you're coordinating your facial hair with your clothing. See, this is a very manly show already.
I know. I got to get Gray shirt and a gray tie. I'll be in good shape.
Well, very good, very good. So yeah, so I mean, we kind of know how you're doing, but aside from some things, how are you doing in terms of settling into your new house? Does it feel like home yet? That kind of thing.
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, I just realized it's going to be technically, I'll have owned the house 6 months next month on the, I want to say the 18th or something like that, which brings up that I have to get a hold of the builder because they have certain contractual obligations they have not met yet. So we need to discuss those. But yeah, it feels good. I mean, I've already damaged the house, you know, so I've been here long enough to damage it.
Yeah, yeah.
I dropped my blender blades on the floor and gouged my brand new floors really nicely. And then I broke a dish and 2 cups in the process of doing that. So that was fun. So
that's like getting the first ding on your brand new car, right?
I did that too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was snowing really bad.
Things started.
And I went to work to pick up my laptop and come back before it got really bad. And I was 500 yards from the house, and I was just kind of just turning around this like slight bend in the road, and all of a sudden my car just slid all the way into the curb and just hit both wheels.
No, it's not still snowing there, is it?
It's snowing right now. It's snowing today.
Really?
It's been terrible.
Shit.
I mean, it's not sticking, but it's snowing. I'm sick of it. I'm done. Like I love winter sports. I love the winter, but I'm done. I am totally done. Moving on, you know. Yikes.
Yeah, we've had it very, very, very wet. But then the past 3 days we've had, and they knew that we were going to get the sunshine. And just now it's starting to get into the mid 60s with the sun. So it's like here, anything above 50, people are like out walking shirtless. I had my sunroof open for the first time. I even noticed like I was getting like a little bit of sun, not sunburn, but I can tell my skin was reacting just to having sunlight on it.
Right.
And it was like, oh shoot, so I started putting in a moisturizer with a sunscreen in it because we gotta keep this lasting a little bit longer.
I've been using coconut oil for that exact reason, like sealant, because it goes from sunny to like cold and windy, so you just get to drying out. And then when working out, I use like a really heavy duty soap in the gym to kind of like clean all my pores out, because otherwise I break out like crazy now, like I'm 14. And but the coconut oil will keep that from happening if I just kind of keep it lightly on. And even with the sun, it's nice having that little bit extra sunscreen. So
yeah. Oh gosh, but now whenever you say coconut oil, you know what I'm going to think of.
I'm afraid to ask.
Yeah, it's Mel.
I know.
Our trip, oh my gosh, that like came in so handy. Like,
she made a convert out of all of us. Like even I was like, look, man, I love you, but I don't know about this coconut oil thing.
don't you like cook with that ever? It's like my skin had never felt better. Like, and I thought it was like gonna make it really I thought it would make me break out too. Or be really cloggy, but it didn't at all. You mentioned that you would break out like you're 14. Are you on the hormones? Are you doing something with hormones?
No, so I went in and got my I got everything checked, and the last time we checked my testosterone, I was 360 pounds, and my testosterone was down in the 300s. And they just retested because my energy's been low, something's been off, and they retested. I was up well into almost 800. So they're like, "Well, that's in the range. Good. You're good." I'm like, "All right,
that's actually not bad."
Yeah, and I think the high side's like 1300. So,
but now did they test the free testosterone though?
Well, they couldn't. My lab couldn't do that because they need to have a frozen sample, and through work I couldn't do it. She's like, I can refer you and go have it done somewhere else. If your regular one comes back a little low, we'll test it free. I said, okay. So that was my kind of trade-off. But my estrogen came back just outside the normal range. It was a little on the high. It was like 9. I think the top for a guy's 8. So I just added in some foods that are supposed to reduce estrogen, like pomegranate and flaxseed. And I just been mixing that into my yogurt in the morning and just trying to see if I can dietarily just drop it a little bit to get it back in range. Not that it's affecting me. And she didn't really care. She's like, I don't care about that number. It's fine.
Well, that's really close. Yeah, that's
so
close. You're not eating tofu or anything like that, right?
No, I don't. So
no, that's good but I would be interested to know like how your free testosterone is, because with mine, it was within the normal range, the normal, but not on the high end. Right. But the free testosterone, the binding, whatever was high or whatever, or the binding aspect of it was high, which means it wasn't releasing the testosterone that was there. So that's interesting that they said they couldn't do it at that.
Well,
to the lab.
we do everything through work. So they'll do like all your blood draws right through work for like $15. Like they'll do all your labs for $15. I got these.
Yeah.
The panel I got was ridiculous, and it
Oh
cost me
yeah,
like
it's probably like $500 or $600.
oh my
normally.
God,
I
easy.
mean,
But I think I might still go in and have it done separately next time. If I don't see any movement on any of the other numbers, especially, I'm definitely going to go in and have it done in a normal place. So,
no, that's good though. Yeah, mine, I'm just like on a regular routine now. I go in, I'll probably I'm probably due for a blood test soon, but the last few times it's come in like normal range. The free testosterone is now within a normal range. The estrogen level is low. You know, I'm not converting any of my testosterone into estrogen. I'm not developing man titties I'm not lactating.
right. Well, that's always a good thing.
That's always a good thing. I'm hairy as hell. My skin is a little oily.
Yeah.
Because it does kind of turn you back into a teenager, you know, when your hormones are going wild. But, you know, for me, I'm like, the oily skin, it's going to keep the wrinkles away, right? It's going to keep my skin nice and soft. So not that I'm vain or anything in terms of that, but I want to preserve as long as I can, you know, and I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, no, that's good. I'm glad you went and got it checked and stuff. I would be interested to see like if you did end up doing some type of testosterone therapy or treatment, how it affects your mood. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, I would be a little concerned too. I mean, I was thinking just based on TJ's, talking with TJ and you, but mainly TJ was saying he definitely, some of the side effects he was having went away when he started doing, when he started his testosterone regimen. I thought, well, maybe that's why my energy's low. Like maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm just, I'm getting older and it's probably falling off a little and yada, yada, yada. But to have it like 3 times what it was back in the day, I'm like, okay, clearly that's not the problem. It's got to be something else. So, but yeah, nothing in my labs was funky, except for I think my LDLs were higher than they should have been, but my HDLs were so high that she's like, I don't care about that ratio because your HDLs are so high. But the weird thing was that it had jumped up. So I just kind of watched and I'm just modifying my diet. Last time I had that happen, I just modified my diet a little bit and it just corrected itself. So
that's happened to me, not like every follow-up blood test, but maybe like every other blood test. Every once in a while, the bad cholesterol would be high, but the good cholesterol would be fantastic. And my surgeon just point blank said, we don't know why that happens sometimes, but it doesn't concern us. It's like, it's not something where it's like, oh, you need to, modify your diet or you need to like start taking anything. They're just like, sometimes with our weight loss surgery patients, we'll see a spike. But as long as your good cholesterol is high, they were totally fine with it. Yeah. I don't monitor fat or restrict fat at all.
I don't either.
I was talking to somebody yesterday about, I think they were talking about making a steak, and I'm like, oh gosh, yeah. Like the last time I wanted to have steak, I wanted it to have like melted gorgonzola on it, and then a side of like melted butter to dip it in.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can. That's the great thing. I mean, like I'll go. Like I love prime rib, and I'll go get the small cut of prime rib because I can't handle anything more than that. I'll eat the fat. It doesn't bother me at all. I'll eat every ounce of that thing. It's fine. It's so good. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, that's good. So some of what you were talking about in the last video of yours, I saw you were talking about you didn't quite do the whole I'm going to get back on track video that we've seen a million times from folks. But you were sort of just reevaluating like whether or not you were comfortable with the number you were getting at, even though your body fat was low, but the number was still fucking with you. Oh, sorry. Well, I guess we could say that.
It's our show. We can do that. Yeah.
But you were wondering if you were going to be comfortable with that number. And so like, where are you at with that?
So that's a great question. So I am not comfortable with that number at all. Matter of fact, I can't get and I know this is not right. Like I get it, but I cannot get my head around the number coming up on the scale over 225, especially if it's like 227. Something about 227 set me off. It's just like, oh shit, it's almost 230, that 227 number, even though I knew that was a high day where I was flushed with water and all that, I just freaked out. And it didn't matter that just 2 days earlier, I had the lowest body fat reading I'd ever had. My water was up a little bit too. So that sometimes throws a false lower number. But I know where my range is. Like 59% hydration, that's me. Like when I'm 59% hydration, I get my body fat number, and I only compare those numbers when my hydration's at 59%, because then they're relative to each other. And it's consistently gone down. I mean, I don't believe that it's as low as that machine says, but between the two machines, I think it's somewhere in the middle. And that's very low for a guy, especially my age, my height. It's great. There's nothing to complain about. So I should be okay with that, but I just can't handle the number on the scale, which I know is wrong. I really feel like I mentally am healthier and better at 220 or between 215 and 220. I'm okay. Like I can live with that. I can even live at 222, but I can't live at 225. So, or above.
How do your clothes fit?
That's the weird thing. Like even at the 226, I put on my 501s because I'm like, this will tell the test, because these fuckers.
These are the Deans, right?
These are the ones that do not lie. And they went right. And matter of fact, I didn't even realize that I grabbed the 501s out of the closet, because I have the dark ones and the light ones. I also have the dark and light ones in the 236s. So I just grabbed the light pair and I put them on, and I think about it, and I started buttoning them up, and I realized, wait a minute, these are the 501s because I'm buttoning them. Oh, wait a minute. They feel okay. Like, I mean, they feel normal. They feel fine. And I'm like, how is that possible? Like, that can't be right, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just my head's screwed up. And then I did have a lot of my shirts, my button-up shirts, you know, like when you're really overweight, when you were overweight, you put on a button-up shirt and you sit down, and then all the buttons on the bottom would pull because you're
the bottom. Yeah. Right? Oh, that still happens to me.
Now it's up here. Like it's pulling across my chest. And
because you're all buff and stuff.
Well, I mean, but then the flex, so like, okay, clearly I have achieved what I wanted to do there. Now, can I live with a little less muscle on the top to get the number down a little bit? And I think as long as the ratio remains the same, like if I can be 215 and still like 10 to 12% body fat, then I think I'd be a happier person. I don't need to Hulk out like my buddy John. You know, he weighs more than me. He weighs like 230 something, 236 pounds, and he's a monster. You know, you'd never would say he's overweight, but I still see myself as, I don't see myself as what I really look like. I see myself, you know, with all that baggage. So it's, and
how many years is it now? Like, or
it'll be almost 3 years in July that I surgery. So
I'm wondering, like, I wonder if we ever get our heads around it. So, so anyway, that's what I wanted. Well, so for me, I can talk about regain. My regain was semi-intentional because I was really afraid of losing weight while Eric was gone. So I purposely incorporated more food back into my diet. But then I started eating a lot. Like my nighttime eating was like, it still is a little bit crazy. But luckily it's not affecting my weight too much. So I'm hovering right now around 208. And normally I was for the longest period of time, like at 195, like that was like, no matter what I did, 195 was where I was going to be. And then if I wasn't real intentional about eating every day, I could get down into like the 190, 187, I think was like the lowest thing. And that was just, I did not like, I mean, even now at 208, I'm looking at myself here in the video and I'm like, ooh, my arms, because all winter I've been wearing, if I wear a t-shirt, I usually have a long sleeve undershirt on underneath, so I don't see this. But you know, it is what it is. But you know, but I noticed like there was one day where I was able to eat a full foot-long Subway sandwich.
I know, I have things like that too, where I can eat
like in a half an hour. But it was like over the course of maybe an hour, but I was at my desk and just a bite here and a bite there. And I was like, I didn't think that was ever going to be physically possible ever. Like, and
I don't know what that is. I have that happen too. I don't know what it is.
I was like if I can eat a whole Subway sandwich, like for one meal, like that's not much difference than the old days, right? Where, of course, this is a little bit different than, I didn't have chips with it, and I didn't have anything else, and I wasn't going to have, and I think it was probably because that particular day I was not a good weight loss surgery patient, and I didn't have breakfast, so, you know, there was probably plenty of room for it to go and what have you, but I was still shocked that I could eat a full foot-long, it wasn't anything fancy, it wasn't any like extra meat, or it was just like a cold cut trio or whatever they're calling it nowadays. But I was shocked that I ate it. And then like, I found that there's a teriyaki place by my new office, and I thought, great, I'll go have teriyaki. So I got the teriyaki, I looked at it, and it was huge. It was probably like 3 or 4 boneless, skinless thighs that had been pounded out, you know, into pieces about that big.
Yeah.
And then like a whole, like, you know, cafeteria style tray, you know, styrofoam tray. So it was all rice on the bottom, then all that chicken on top, and then the sauce. I'm like, oh, this is great. This will make 2 meals at least. Like, I'll eat half of this for lunch, and then I'll have the other half for dinner. Well, I had half for lunch, chicken and the rice. I ate the chicken first, but then I had the rice. And then I didn't put it in the refrigerator at work. I left it sitting on my desk. And for the rest of the afternoon, I just took a bite here and there. And before I knew it, before I went home that night, I had eaten the entire thing over the course of the afternoon, and then still had dinner that night, and still had like second dinner. And then who the hell knows what I ate while I was on Ambien. I mean, I'm eating all kinds of stuff. It's gotten so bad that I have to make sure I don't even have stuff in the house.
Right.
Like,
you're like a forensic scientist in the morning. You're like, let's look at the evidence. Let's figure out what it was.
Yeah. Like when Eric came home, he left some stuff here he wasn't going to take with him because now he's going to be like in a kind of hotel room. And one of the bags had some caramel koalas from, but I didn't eat those. But I did eat a whole like tube of Girl Scout cookies, the Thin Mints, like a whole tube, like in my sleep. Like I saw like the wrapper on the counter when I woke up in the morning, and when I brushed my teeth, there was chocolate, and I'm like, and I vaguely remember waking up around 3:30 in the morning and having maybe what I thought was maybe a few cookies and like a vitamin water. So, anyways, that concerns me slightly because I was like, yeah, can't do that. But then for whatever reason, I tortured myself. You don't mind if I go into the regain?
No. Yeah, we definitely talk about that, and then we'll get into questions later. And yes, we are seeing your guys' questions on the actual video now. YouTube has fixed their crap. You can actually post questions underneath the video, and I will see them, and then we'll talk about.
You can see questions. Oh, good. Yeah. I didn't even think anybody know that anybody was watching because
we've got 8 people, so we're good.
I feel like we're like doing like a guerrilla video right now. Yeah, Tanya's probably one of them going, "Fuck you, fuckers." But of course, she would say, "Fuck you, fuckers." Yeah, her voice. I somehow got hooked or happened to have on TV for whatever reason My 600-Pound Life, which I record and then I don't usually watch because they replay so many of them so many times. But this was like a Where Are They Now episode, and I don't know if it's a new Where Are They Now or if it's an old Where Are They Now. But I had never seen any of the Where Are They Nows. And they were showing the people that were post WLS 10 years and the struggles they were having. And then they would show the flashbacks to where they started, where they were when they were sort of in their peak prime weight loss period, and then where they were at now. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, what's your dog doing?
Hey, I gotta stop her. You keep talking.
Is she scratching? Anyways, here, I'll take a little sip. Today's wine, for those of you that are interested, is a nice Chateau Ste. Michelle Riesling. What's nice about Chateau Ste. Michelle Riesling is it's not very sweet. So if you don't like a real sweet wine, but you like something that's maybe not as dry as some other white wines, the Chateau Ste. Michelle Riesling is actually sort of a drier Riesling. If you live in the state of Washington, it is actually not a bad price, especially this time of year. They're doing 30% off. I'm doing a wine commercial.
Oh, good.
A review on Chateau Ste. Michelle Riesling.
But I was that's good. That sounds good.
Yeah, I was just talking about it's not very expensive here in Washington because they're from here. And during this month, all of the Washington wines are usually 30% off in the grocery stores. So this bottle of wine is about, I don't know, $6 or $7 right now.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, and it's really, really tasty. My non-WLSF BFF Tracy just texted saying she's watching, and I don't think she's ever watched this before. So she must have heard me say wine, and then it was like, ding, ding. I'm gonna watch. Ding ding. So hi Tracy 10, I love you. So the regain thing. So I'm watching this show, and I'm watching like how miserable when they started. I saw how happy they were when they got to like their peak lowest weight and all of the positive life changes, very similar to what we're all kind of experiencing right now, right? And then like 7 years from then, it's like they haven't gained all of their weight back, but it's like they're back to square one from a mental standpoint and beating the crap out of themselves for it and embarrassed and not getting follow-ups and not reaching out for help. And my heart was just breaking for these people and for myself, because I'm like, this could very well be me. I'm like, I'm not so confident that I know that I've beaten this for the rest of my life. I would like to think that, you know, there's some really good things that have been established. But here, like, I've probably kind of I'm naively thinking, oh, you know, that's not going to be me. I've got this. I've made the changes. You know, it's physically impossible for me to even eat enough to ever. But like slowly but surely, like being able to eat a
footlong sandwich,
to eat a full order of teriyaki over a long period of time, and eating a whole tube of Girl Scout cookies in the middle of the night. It's like, these are the behaviors that are like got me in bad shape to begin with. So I was mortified, not because I was shocked or, you know, offended by what I was watching. I was very empathetic, actually, and then that turned into just overwhelming gratitude. Like, oh my God, these people, thank God, they're willing to be as real as they're being and sharing some of the stuff that they were sharing, because that is the kind of stuff that I'm going to draw on, you know, when it's like, is it okay to eat should I even be ordering a foot long? Do I need to order a foot long of anything?
That's a good point.
Do I need to, you know, go put the freaking teriyaki in the refrigerator and have the second half as a meal later? You know, so it was like, so there was a lot of gratitude there, really, for just like them being there to like share their stories, because a lot of people I know I wanted to know what things were going to look like a year out, 2 years out, 3 years out. These are people 10 years out, you know, and it's like, it was just like a kind of like a reality thing check that just said, you know what, it's never going to change. You're always going to have to be diligent. You're never going to be able to let your guard down. Can you be relaxed now and then and not be so, yeah. But are you ever going to get to the point to where you don't ever have to think about it, where it's not always going to be a conscientious decision? Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
you got it right. Do you fear that at all? Or?
Oh my God, yeah. No, totally. I mean, because, and I track, big shocker. I track, you know, I chart my weight and all that stuff. And I look at the trend line and I'm like, that trend line's been going up since last July. It's not a lot, but it's going up. And because I literally break it down 1 pound for each line, it looks like a lot. So I think that freaks me out too. It's like, oh my God, what's going on? And like, again, even if I'm suspicious that it's good weight, it still scares me. And it's like, this is, you know, I've got to be this healthy and fit for the next 42 years to even break even. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had 42 years of shitty, unhealthy weight. And like, so I got to, you know, like, and if I'm struggling before year 3 to kind of like lose 5 pounds, that scares me a little bit, you know, like not struggling, but like mentally struggling. I think physically I can do it, but mentally I'm a lot of the same. I think, you know, Jennifer Bleacher said something like, I just don't know if I'm willing to do the work I need to do to get to the goal number, because it is hard when you're close to goal. You've got to be super diligent, and you know, you can eat those other things. You know, you can eat these foods and they're not going to bother you anymore. So, and you like eating the foods and you're like, well, I'll just eat them in smaller portions and stuff. But it just doesn't work when you want to lose. When you want to lose, you got to get militant. You can eat smaller portions of these other quote unquote foods that are not bad, but just not on plan. When you're maintain so long as you don't overdo it, but it only takes you overdoing it too many times and it starts creeping up. So it's going to be a struggle, total struggle.
Yeah. No, I agree. And then like, some of our friends, you know, some of our longer term friends they've still never quote unquote ever reached what they would consider their goal or their goal weight. And they've been doing this for years now, you know, they're still sort of aspiring towards that that just that sense of achievement with reaching goal. And it's like it's rough because they're around people who do consider themselves at goal, who are a little bit more relaxed with what they're eating and that kind of thing. So it's like I can see where that would be like, here's your support system, right? Who you rely on to help you make good decisions, and they're meaning we, can eat stuff and drink stuff, and we're not in the losing phase anymore. And I don't know, I won't say who it is just because I didn't clear this with her first, but she was like, really expressing like, I'm going to cut this out of my life. I'm going to cut this out of my life. I'm going to cut this out of my life because I really want to reach my goal. But at the same time, she was eating other stuff, and it didn't make sense. Like, well, why are you cutting out this stuff from your life if you're willing to still eat this deep fried stuff, whatever? And like, I mean, the other friend just totally called her out on it there, but it was the truth, and it made her like sit there for a second and think, well, how bad do I really want this?
Exactly.
Clearly I don't want this bad enough to where I think I'm helping myself by cutting out this one food category or drink category, but
I don't want this to come across the wrong way. So I'm going to try so you can gut check me on this. So when you're in the losing phase, you kind of need to be built up a little more like, don't worry about it. You slipped, you'll be okay. Just do this, do that, get back on track. You almost need that positive reinforcement of, oh, you're being too hard on yourself. You're being too, you're losing focus. Don't let this stall you out. Just correct it and get back on track. When you're at goal, you need people to be brutally honest with you like that. I think you need somebody to go, well, what the hell are you still eating filet of fish sandwiches for? Or whatever it is, like, hey, you're being an idiot. You're eating filet of fish sandwiches and candy bars. If you stop that shit right there, that'll solve 90% of your problems. Like you kind of need it, or you're just like, you can't have. And it's not that those positive comments aren't still appreciated at this level, but really you just need nobody blowing sunshine up your ass. You're right. Yeah, you need to knuckle down and do what you got to do. And I'll help you out wherever I can in that. But I'm not going to tell you it's okay. If you're really serious about it, no, it's not okay. You can't do X at this stage. You're not in that losing stage anymore. So it's a weird thing. It's very weird.
Yeah, because it's like you want to be sensitive to where everybody's at in their various stages, and at the same time, do your own thing, and it's tough. But I guess the moral to that story, or at least the thing that just hit me so hard, I mean, I reacted to that show, was just that, you know what? You can't, you still have to remain diligent. You can't just think it's okay to eat an entire bag of Skinny Pop in one sitting and, that kind of thing, and say, oh, it's okay. I can gain a few pounds and that'll be all right. I'll be okay. No, because that few turns into more. And then it's the habits and the reason for eating are the issue. It's not even really the weight itself. It's just like, well, why do you feel like you need to do that? And when I say you, I'm talking to myself.
No.
Because
I know I'm with you.
All I have to talk to is Lita, and she doesn't really talk back. So,
well, it's funny.
She tells me, drop some food for me.
There was a moment in time where I weighed 201. Oh, I think even 200 for a day. And then I think I weighed 224 today. So that's 24 pounds. Like, I pick up a 5-pound weight at work. That's significant amount of weight. Like I can, probably curl that like maybe 20, 25 times before my arm starts to burn out and fatigue. And I've done that in a matter of since October of 2014, 15, I think. Yeah, 2014. So I've gone from 202, which again, I was a freaking bobblehead at 202, and that was a fluke. I mean, that was after I got back from Australia. I had traveled, and
kangaroo.
It was just a fluke. 210 was my goal. That's where I was. So from 210 to it's 14 pounds. It's still a good amount of weight, but it's manageable, right? So, but for something about when I hit the 27, the 227, it was like, you weigh 26 pounds less than you do right now, and this is going to keep going. if you keep doing this. It just freaked me out. Just totally sent me over the edge. And it's just like, I know some people are like, well, we're normal now. That's normal. Normal people, you know, they fight with that 5 pounds. I will never have a normal metabolism. I keep having to reiterate this because I think people lose track. And I'm not saying everybody's this way. I think like Gooch, I think he's still struggling to keep weight on. Like, I mean, that's his battle, right? But for me, it's like I eat 12 to 1,400, let's say on a bad day, 1,600 calories. So 12 to 1,600 calories. And I'm a grown-ass man that works out at least 4 days a week, at least.
Yeah.
And I have a shit ton of muscle mass. And that's to maintain this weight and not go up, you know, and I have been going up a little. So I must be having a little bit more than 16, you know, more of those 1,600 calorie days. That is not normal for a full grown man. That is just not normal.
Yeah,
There's nothing
should be able to eat like 3,000 or 5,000 calories and not even gain any weight.
I mean, Pete's eating, how much is Pete eating to build muscle? And I mean, I'm not calling Pete out. Pete works out like a beast.
Yeah.
He has to eat a shit ton of calories to maintain that. And I know he's been, you know, he's I think he said like 2,200. If I eat 2,200 calories a day, I would be putting on weight like crazy fast. It's just me. So I'll never be normal. I can't ever get that mentality. I know people want to accept that, and some people can. There's some people really do go to, they change their metabolism enough, they change their body enough to where, oh, now I have so much muscle mass, I can't eat that kinds of food. I just never will be. Not even at this bulk. I can't do it. So I can't do it.
Well, I don't think anybody wants you to be normal, Phil.
Yeah, I'm Abby normal.
Yeah, you can be abnormal. And here's like, so my normal person, Eric. So here he hasn't had a chance to work out a lot because, you know, with the whole training is something maybe once or twice a month. So he's eating pretty much the same way he was eating before, but he's actually losing weight because, you know, he's not working out as much. So yeah, he doesn't feel very good about that. But yeah, so it's just, we're all a little bit different in how our bodies do things. And, you know, it's, I every once in a while I'll see somebody post something about stalling while they're in the losing phase and they're really restricting their diet and they're working out like crazy. And I remember never having a stall. And then on the days where I thought, or on the weeks where I thought I wasn't losing enough, that's when I would purposely bump something up. Like I would bump up the food. And then like bam,
shock your system.
Yeah, it was just like I called it keeping. I you know, felt my intuition said, hey, I want to keep my metabolism guessing. I don't want it to ever get used to anything this low all the time. So every once in a while, it wasn't like I would go crazy and eat like, you know, 6,000 or 7,000 calories in a day. But it definitely wouldn't be the 800 to 1,200 that we were eating in the losing phase. It would, you know, it'd be something extra, like an extra 400 or 500, but just something to keep it.
Oh no, I
and that
completely
worked
agree
every
with
time.
time. Yeah, even when I was on Atkins and you know, back in the day, and I would suddenly just hit a wall. Like, okay, I'm not going to lose anymore. I would you know, be eating low carb. I would just go out and eat some ridiculously high carb one meal, just disgust, and I'd feel like shit afterwards. But I would eat this amazingly high carbohydrate, calorie intensive meal, and then boom, and then go right back to it, my normal eating, and it would just boom, drop 2-3 pounds instantly. Just your body just shocks. It's like, holy shit, here comes all this stuff we thought we were missing. You know, purge. So it's weird.
I think we've talked about this before too, but do you think like worrying about losing weight actually retards the process?
Yes, I think like cortisol.
I think so too. Yeah. I think so too. So people, if you are worried about that fucking number on a scale, or if you're stressing out about this, you're actually doing like because that's one thing I never worried about it. I kind of just knew if I followed all of the stuff that it was just going to work. And if it wasn't going to work every single week, it was going to work long term because I've seen proof of it. You know, the numbers don't lie. You know, so it's, stop worrying. Another shout out right now to another one of my non-WLS friends watching the show tonight, Barcho Libre. Nice. Yeah, lightning fingers. These are my friends that I do all the wine trips and all the fun things with, who hopefully someday my worlds will intersect. And they did slightly on my birthday, the one that you missed up in Leavenworth. But they're fun. They're
Well,
fun.
I'm
It's not.
definitely coming out there. This is my year to get to Washington. It's
Yeah,
happening.
you need to come out. The summers are spectacular. So it's not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow, we're going to the Mariners opening night.
Nice.
It's going to be fantastic. It's a beautiful stadium. It's really, I mean, the Mariners, lose most of the time, but the stadium is just, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's I've never liked baseball in particular just to watch,
What's
but
the experience?
I like going for the experience. I don't even watch the game
Yeah.
99% of the time. I'm sitting there drinking and talking with my friends, and I don't give a shit what's going on.
You can look at all the drunk hoes when you go.
Sounds like fun.
I'll help you pick out some really especially drunk hoes, like some nice milfy chicks from Seattle. Like, hey, Phil,
That's what I need.
Go talk to her.
Oh.
Because I will go up and start talking.
Oh, I'll do it. I'll do it just for the awkwardness of it. I kind of like that weird feeling. So
yeah, that's true. So you said we actually have people that are watching that are asking questions?
yeah, we do. So I'll pop over. So teeny tiny. That's as far as we go.
Yeah.
TT is
our research assistant
right.
/ fact finder, fact checker.
Yeah, no kidding. She missed her opportunity. She should totally go into that. She's like lightning fast. But if you're out in the summer, what sunblock do you like that does not sweat off? Kirk, I'll let you start.
I don't like anything that's really heavy or that's like crazy, like 50 or 70 or any of those. I use a real light, either 15 or 25. That's made especially for your face. Like I don't put sunblock on that's meant for your body on my face. So right now I'm using the stuff. The Dollar Shave Club, Dollar Shave Club products. So they've got a nice 25 SPF sunblock made for men. That's not greasy, not slimy, and you really only have to use a tiny, tiny bit. And it really does nice coverage on my face. But then if not that, I usually use something like Aveeno or something that is made for us white boys who've got, sensitive skin and are prone to things like eczema and rosacea. So I don't want anything that's going to necessarily irritate my skin. Now on my body, I like, if we're out in the pool doing pool parties, I love those dry sprays that are waterproof.
Okay, so now the sprays, whatever the propellant is in the spray, makes me itch like crazy. So I can't use those. It's weird. And I've tried several brands, and it's just like I'm thinking about it, I'm itching right now. So I use I'm a coconut oil convert. You got to put it on a lot, but that stuff is awesome. Like I have never gotten such a great tan.
But does it block the sun?
It's an SPF of like we have to check with Miss Smell, but I think I want to say 15, 5 to 15, somewhere in there. It's
okay. Oh, and it
very
smells
light.
Amazing. It smells.
But you put it on a lot. You keep putting it on. The trick is with it. SPF is just delays the exposure, right? So so you just keep putting it on, and you'll keep if you hit a 50, you put it on once, you don't have to touch it again. You get a 5, you're going to be putting it on, 3 or 4 times in a.
I don't think you ever have a problem trying to find folks that will put that on you repeatedly.
Well,
I think you might have a line of people.
I'm interviewing for the position, so I'm interviewing for the position in this state anyway. So
I'm gonna charge for that at WSFA. Like, hey, come grease Phil up for $5. We're gonna donate it to the cause.
That's not a bad idea. I like that idea.
Yeah, instead of a kissing booth, come grease Phil up.
Grease Phil up. Fantastic. Oh man. So yeah, that's what I use. But otherwise, if I'm out on the lake all day, like if I'm gonna go kayak with my daughter, I'll grab like the copper tone lotion. I probably could find something better, but I'll use that and
it's
just
tried and true. I mean,
it works. It's a little bit greasy, but I don't care if I'm on the water and stuff, especially because I'm gonna be sweating and stuff, and I want that kind of like sports kind of coverage where the sweat doesn't roll it off. So. Yeah.
Well, plus you guys are at a higher altitude, and the sun is just so intense.
Yeah, there's the thing with the higher altitude is there's less water vapor in the air, so there's less of the blue rays are reflected back, which is why our skies look so blue here. But that is what tears you up bad. You'll burn real quick. Yeah, you can be out in the yard for 15 minutes with no hat on, and I'll get a sunburn first time of the season if I'm not careful. So.
Yeah. That was a good question, Christine.
Yeah.
I hope it's sunny in Tennessee, and I hope there's an outdoor pool. I haven't even looked.
Yeah, I hope so too. I'm really looking forward to just being in the sun for a little bit, man. I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the winter. I love skiing. I love all that stuff. I think winter's a very romantic time of the year. Not that did me any good this year, but I think it's a great time of the year, and there's a lot of fun things to do. But I am freaking done with snow and cold. I'm just done. So,
I agree.
All right, next one up, Mr. July Tony. Mr. July VSG Tony. So if you don't look at the fats in foods, what are you cautious of? Carbs, question mark, sugars. Yes. First of all, sugars are carbs. They're the worst kinds of carbs too. And then that's the only thing I give a shit about. Protein and carbohydrates are all I watch, and really protein first and then carbohydrates second. So those are the only two things I care about. And if you're going to cut carbs, you need to add fats. It's that simple. Fats hold you longer. And there's been plenty of studies now, and you go do your research, but there are plenty of body types and there are plenty of metabolisms that function better on a low carb, high fat diet. They don't get cholesterol. They don't have problems. They tend to lose weight faster. So if your body's carb sensitive, that might be the way to go.
Yeah, the only stat I look at on anything, and this is the God's honest truth, protein. I don't look at calories. I don't look at carbs. I don't look at protein. If it's got to be in the double digits at least.
Yeah.
And then really, I don't care about any of the other stuff.
The only time I will look at calories is if you are using a supplement like a protein powder. Mm-hmm. A lot of protein powders are designed to bulk you up. So you have to be careful of the sugars and the carbohydrates there, and the calories will jump up, because calories really are kind of what a lot of these bodybuilders are looking for. My buddy, 7,000 calories a day just to maintain the mass he has. I mean, he has to eat that much. That's
not me.
No, not me either. I buy the protein powder that's 25 grams of protein, 1 gram or less of sugar, and is got the BCAAs and all the other stuff that you want for retaining and healing your muscles and stuff. But I don't mess around with really worried about carbohydrate. I don't worry about the calories really, unless it's something that I think is going to have sugar in it, and then I really watch it. But yeah. And that's purely a carb thing. It's really, I'm tracking the carb, not the calories. So
yeah, and I'm really just looking at protein. It's really important to me is because I don't do the mixes or the supplements or the drinks or anything, the shakes. It's important that every single meal that I'm getting, that it's got 25 to 50 grams of protein. So that way I know that I'm hitting at least 75 to 100 a day.
Yep, me too. That's the range I stay in, 75 to 100.
Hydrated. I mean,
water,
of course, but this and this, but like water all the time.
Yeah. You know what? And Christina actually reminded me. She said, because last week I lost 0.2 pounds and I was eating spot on. I'm like, what the fuck? And then she's like, how was your water? I'm like, shit. She's right. I forgot to pound the water. So, no problem this week. I'm back on the water. So. That's so true. Tony, you had he had a couple more questions, and we'll one's a comment. So
that's okay. It's the guy's show, so come on.
Yeah. Is nighttime eating bad? 11 p.m. if you're just eating protein to meet your suggested requirements? I'll let you start with that one.
Well, it depends. I mean, if you're in the losing phase, you just have to be really mindful of when you're eating and why, per se. I'm not one of those people that really believe that if you ate before you went to bed, you would not lose as much weight. I've always said from day one, even in the losing phase, I have 2 dinners. I have first dinner and second dinner. So my day typically looked like eating, back in the losing phase, it was Greek yogurt with some protein granola mixed in for breakfast, with water or a green tea, iced tea. At lunch usually was a cup of some type of chili or soup. Like if it was vegetable soup, I'd sit there at the cafeteria thing, swirling in the ladle like I was panning for gold, getting all the noodles out and getting all the chicken and vegetables to settle, and then filling up my cup. So it'd be about a cup of that for lunch. Dinner would be something very similar. So I would have pre-made little 1 cup servings of chili or soup. And then second dinner could be anything. It could be another one of those soups. It could have been another, if I was in the mood for something sweet, it could have been another protein Greek yogurt. Or even once in a while, I would take one of those little, those Mission low carb tortillas, like the small kind of soft taco size low carb tortillas with 2 Baby Bell cheeses. And I'd cut those up and I'd make a small quesadilla with some, I can't believe it's not butter spray. So that would be second dinner. And then if I still wanted to eat something, sometimes it might be like a pickle or whatever. I mean, but I was like so diligent during the losing phase. I even tracked in my Fitness Pal my vitamins, because if my vitamins had calories or fat in them, I put those in. If I was chewing or eating fiber gummies to get the fiber, those had calories, and so I was putting in my vitamins. I was putting in everything. So I didn't really care if I ate right before I went to bed, because that was one of the things that I've always loved, was that feeling or that sensation of feeling full when I go to sleep. Now, like some people, it's the complete opposite. They don't like that feeling of having just eaten and then laying down, you know? But for me, I have no problems with people eating really late at night. To me, it's still a calories in, calories out kind of thing. Not a time issue.
Yeah, I tend to notice that if I don't eat, my problem is I like to snack at night. Tanya has this problem too, so I think I could speak for her even though she's not here. So we
Can you do it in her voice?
I could do it with TJ doing her voice. She won't like it though. I was gonna make another joke.
Down the water. Down by the water. Get it down by the water. John.
So no, I can't. I don't like to eat right before I go to bed, because I feel like, hey, there's some hours there where I'm gonna burn off a bunch of calories, because when I go to sleep, man, sometimes I just like an oven turns on in me, and I like start my metabolism, something goes on, and I will like just start radiating heat, and like I can tell my body's just repairing and processing. And so if I don't feed it, it's got to use body fat to do that. And also uses muscle mass too, though. So I tend to try and not eat too close to bed, but I like to snack at night. So to your point, and you mentioned something there that I really want to remind people. When I said I limit carbs. When I do eat carbs, though, I do it like you do it. Like I eat complex carbs like beans and vegetables in my soups and stuff. I don't like just vegetables, but like it's soup.
Doesn't that drive you crazy if you say, "Oh, I'm not going to have that zucchini because it has carbs"?
No, that's the kind of you need.
Nobody ever got fat from eating carb zucchinis. Or
no,
carb
the fiber
zucchini
alone is worth it. So, especially in the losing phase. I'll take those kinds of carbs in, but this is the thing I've been doing since I've been behaving again, and I love it. Oh my God, it's so good. I found this tomato olive oil bruschetta. It's roasted tomatoes.
Ooh.
And it's olive oil, and it tastes freaking amazing. It's right out of the can at King Soopers, like a little glass jar. It's on the pasta aisle. I just grab that. I take that, and I take a piece of lunch meat. I lay it out. I scoop a bunch of that in, and I roll it up, and I eat it.
Oh nice. God.
So good. So I get that complex carb of the tomato, which, tomatoes have sugar, but they're the sun-dried tomatoes, so they're not quite as sweet. They're a little more that, I don't know, zesty roasted tang. Yeah. And the olive oil just, oh God, so good. I'm out of it. I went through the whole damn jar in like 3 days. I mean,
that's almost like your muff voice.
It was the muff voice. You're right. Voice. It is the muff voice. Oh my God. Thanks, Haney's, for posting muff pictures today.
Yeah.
Christ almighty. I was like, I'm going to eat this table looking at this picture. So good.
Yeah, because how sucky though does that have to be for them to be in New Orleans and our rookies are like not there?
I know,
like on the West Coast. Yeah, that would kill me. That would just rip my heart out, throw it on the ground, and I'd stomp on it a few times, and I would be.
What do I say? Wait, Tony said one other thing here I don't quite get. I no longer want to hang out with drunk Kirk in Tennessee. Holy fuck me, depressing reality check. Necessary to hear though. I don't know why that would be. I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
So you'll have to explain, Tony. So
I don't know.
And then Kimberly wants to know if you meant a Costco bag of Skinny Pop or a tiny bag.
Just a regular store size.
I will eat the regular store bag of the. They have a jalapeno. Oh my God! It was like a limited release thing. They were testing it in my market. And it was like jalapeno something Skinny Pop. Oh my God! I'm so glad they didn't they haven't released it big yet. It's still like gone now. Like they test marketed it, and I don't know, maybe it didn't do too well, but that stuff was dangerous. Like I eat that whole bag in one sitting. No, not even blink, not even care. No shame.
Was it Skinny Pop or was it the other brand that was doing like all these weird flavors of like salted caramel bacon? And I'm like,
no, that sounds good too though. This was Skinny Pop. Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it plain. Like I like it just
Oh,
regular
yeah, that's
old.
good too.
I don't even care for the white cheddar. I mean, the white cheddar one's okay. I'll settle for that, but just the plain skinny pop, just the plain boom chicka pop, just the plain really any of those air popped popcorns. Yeah, I'll just sit there and eat the entire damn bag.
Oh yeah, there's no shame in it either. I don't even buy it. It's one of those things. There's two things I do not buy because I will eat them and I don't care. Like is that
Yeah.
popcorn and cookies. Any kind of cookie, I will eat cookies until they're gone. I will eat till I throw up and eat more. Like I haven't thrown up since surgery, but you get my point. It's like I will
Yeah.
eat them to the point of disgusting. Like I know I should not be eating 4 or 5 cookies.
Yeah.
That's just not
Yeah.
happening. Nobody needs this. I can't stop. It's just I'll take that over cake, pie, any dessert, you name it, hands down. Cookies.
Yeah.
Frick, I'll eat the cookie dough. I ain't even bother cooking it. Like,
Really?
come on, bring the salmonella on. I don't care.
Oh my
I will.
gosh.
I will.
Normally you're so not what's not the word, not militant, but you're just so
No, militant's the word.
militant's the word about like, yeah, about those kinds of things. Like
Disciplined? I don't know.
and yeah.
Normally I am. That's why I don't buy it. I just don't buy it. And then every once in a while I get stupid and be like, oh look, they've got the King Super's bakery cookies on clearance. Like they're gonna, they want to get rid of them, so they're like $1 for 20 cookies. Sounds great. Or $1.99. I won't eat them. The kids will eat them before I ever get near them. Yeah, 5 cookies later.
They were selling the entire big like Halloween bag sizes of Snickers, the mini Snickers, that are usually like $3 or $4 a bag for 99 cents a bag because it was like right after. So I bought 3 or 4 bags, and Eric's like, I don't want them. Those things went right to work and up to the 6th floor, like 2 floors away from me, because I would sit there and I would just have one here, one there, here, one there, or I'd get up in the middle of the night, and just I'll find wrappers all over the bed and whatever, So yeah, those had to go, but it's like I still like a good deal, It's like I can't pass up a good bargain.
Yeah, no, I was having troubles at work where I was eating, like there were candy bowls around and I was fine for months. I mean, I'm talking probably for years. I just didn't even bother looking at them. Didn't care. My thing was, you want a piece of candy? Drive over to C's, get the very best candy you can get.
Yeah.
Get 3 pieces of it. Go eat it. It's so rich. You will be sickened by chocolate and goodness, and you won't want any more. And it worked every time. Like I'd go have my 3 pieces and I'd be fine. Yeah. And I felt like, okay, that's a good coping mechanism. But last couple of, when things were kind of like crazy, I was just like, oh, I'll have one, I'll have another, 4 in a day, every day, or 3 in a day, or 2 in a day, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
No more. I got off that kick.
There's a chocolate place that's local here to Seattle. It's not Theo's, which is one of the other local companies, but it's I'll think of it in a second. Oh, they have the best like salted caramel chocolates. I love that combination of
me too.
The salt and the chocolate. It's really good.
I'm so glad that they don't even I'm so glad they do not have those salted caramel mochas at Starbucks year round, because it's a problem. Like it is really a problem. Like I'll go get a tall, but I will get a tall 2 or 3 times a week if I'm left to my own devices, because I love that sweet and savory mix. And Target had for a while. Here's where the food porn comes in. Target had for a while. Every time we slip off the track, they had these like caramels dipped in dark chocolate and salted, and they were just like right next to the Starbucks inside of Target, and they're in a little cup, and there were probably like 15 of them in there. Oh shit, they were so good. I'm like, I can't come here anymore. I can't come here anymore.
Those damn tasty videos during Christmas, I made those things where you take a pretzel and then you take a Rolo.
Oh,
did you see that? So you
my mom made a bunch of those.
You bake it for just like a hot second, just to like melt the Rolo just a little bit, and then you take a pecan and you press it down into it, and then you let them cool. That combination of the chocolate, the caramel, the pretzel, and the pecan, or pecan, as Tanya would say. It's like, oh my god, those were dangerous. Like,
oh yeah,
you can pop, pop.
Some things you cannot keep around. It's just that you just can't do it, and you got to find your thing and just not let it be in your world.
Yeah. But I found there's like some kind of one of the balance bars or one of the protein bars that's not super weight loss surgery friendly, but it's not a gainer bar either. I think it's one of the balance bars. It's like 200 calories, I think.
It's not
but
bad.
it's chocolate and peanut butter. And that sometimes will take that fix of wanting something kind of sweet, chocolatey, and I got through Easter, didn't have one Reese's peanut butter egg, and that's usually would have been my thing.
Yeah, I didn't have any jelly beans. I didn't have, which I like jelly
good.
beans too.
Yeah.
I didn't have any of those Cadbury eggs or the peanut eggs or the like you're talking about. Did I have anything? I don't think I had any like candy. So I think win, like no, I think that I take that back. When I went to C's to get the kids I get the kids a little high quality chocolate rabbits because nobody needs a rabbit this big that's just crappy, shitty chocolate anyway. I get them the good ones and I give them each one. And while I was in there, I did get two little cups to go, and that was it. So that was my treat. So,
oh, awesome.
Yeah. So no problem.
One of my other favorites is because we're talking about food. See, we shouldn't be doing this but a tradition my mom used to make for us on for things like Easter were Rice Krispie treats shaped either like as a rabbit or like as eggs, but like Rice Krispie treats, I can eat those no problem. There's no restriction.
Yeah, there's some foods like that you can just eat
at all. Yeah, it's so like beware. Don't keep those in your house because I can literally just. Eric loves those, so like if I buy a box of them, I usually will end up eating them before he gets a chance to eat them because I'll eat 5 or 6 of them at one time. Like, I have no shame opening 5 or 6 individual wrappers for sure.
So Miss Spoon / Miss Waffle, sorry, I still have her Sarah Spoon in here. I don't know why, but she's been giving me the business while we've been on, and
giving you the business.
The business. So she says, she's all, what? No, Tanya. So Sarah's watching too. So we will. So we will have to. Yes, I got your message, and yes, we can do that. Is the answer to the question. It's to keep me from having to type with one hand. As soon as yes, we will.
I know you always need, for some reason, you always have like a mystery hand that's busy throughout all of these entire things. Like that's.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you a really bad question, so I might as well ask you, how far are we into the show yet? Have we lost a bunch of people?
No, I think we're only about an hour in, and we still got the same amount of viewers, so it's good.
Okay. So yeah, he was asking about eating before going to bed. I was going to ask you what your thoughts were about masturbating before going to sleep.
Oh, it makes me go right to sleep. Like there are times I just use it as a sleep aid.
I had to ask because it's the guy show.
Oh my God, no, in a heartbeat. Like I can't get to sleep. Let's go.
So it's like, yes, if you're having that really strong food craving, try masturbation first. And then you might find that, you can circumvent that hyperfixation on food and sort of just let your body do its thing and then fall asleep naturally. That's funny.
I'm not gonna lie. I've definitely used it as a sleep aid. That's
No, the follow-up question is, now, has that only started recently, or did you also do that while you were still married?
Oh, no, I do it right next to her in the bed. Oh, yeah. No. I mean, she wasn't helping out. So. Like, I'm not shitting you.
Oh, that's funny.
I can stealth do it now. It's so awesome.
You can stealth do it. Now.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll have to describe that in another show, I guess. Or what?
Apparently. That's the after hours show.
That's funny. Oh yeah, 50 Shades After Hours.
50 Shades After. No. Fuck. I mean, come on. We're all big boys and girls. If you're not doing that, something's wrong. Nobody loves you like you.
Nobody. So, do we have any other questions or comments about about not wanting to be my friend anymore? I don't know.
How do you? He clarified. He said, "Kirk talking about my 600-pound life regains." Oh, he doesn't want to talk about that while he's drunk. I got it. Okay. I get it now.
Yeah. No, I promise. There'll be none of that talk.
Yeah. Kimberly Augusta, sorry, Agosta. How do you avoid low calorie snacks that are low calorie but high carb, like pretzels and popcorn? Well, you heard our popcorn rant. Don't buy it.
It's hard. Yeah, the way you avoid it is just don't bring it in the house.
Yeah, and then pretzels are heavy enough to where I can only do so much damage with pretzels, but it's a bad idea having them around because they are salty. I do like salt. Even
still, just think. So it's not even. Don't even think. For me, this is how I have to break it down. It's like don't even think about like what it is. It's like it's the why. Like,
Yeah.
why do I want to buy it? And then why is it that I want to come home? And then it's like, why snack. Like, so it's the why. Like, what stress am I trying to relieve, or what am I trying to fill? No pun intended.
Happens all the time.
Yeah. With the pretzels that I'm not getting from whatever it is that day, because that's the only reason why it is, because it's definitely not hunger. So yeah, it's really not even the what, it's the why. If we can get there, if we can get to the conquer the why, the what doesn't really matter.
Yeah. And then the other side of that coin too is that, like, look, we all just have our, the cookie thing. Like, we all have that food. We're like, I am going to eat it, whether I need it or not. It's going to happen. That's happening. So don't bring any of that stuff around, because that's your thing. Like if you're, I mean, it's a terrible analogy, like saying like alcoholic or whatever, but like whatever your temptation is, if you're trying to quit smoking, you don't keep a pack of cigarettes in your pocket, like you just don't do it. So it's just kind of dumb. So don't keep a bottle of rum in the house if you're trying to cut back on your drinking, because rum is tasty. So yeah.
It can be really tasty, especially mixed with Diet Coke.
Or just a diet fruit juice even. Ooh. That's a problem, man. And I'm like, it's a segue to the alcohol. So I can see why people try to fill, like, they're like, I do not want to gain weight, so I will replace that addiction with a different thing. Not addiction, but like, I'll replace that positive reinforcement thing of food with some other thing that's not as bad, but is bad in a whole nother way.
As you bring this up, let me just
I'll quietly distract everybody while you do that. So like, if I buy a bottle of rum to have a drink, whether it's with friends or just to have one cocktail or something, then the next night I'm going to do that again. And the next night I'm going to do that again until that's gone. I'm not going smashing drunk, passed out every night or anything, but I will continue to have one every night till it's gone. So again, it's another one of those things where, okay, then buy the tiny little one when you don't want to have that little fix. Just buy the tiny little bottle, even though it's not cost effective. Have your one thing, and then it's gone. That's not,
Yeah.
That's
what one of the ladies was saying though on the show last night. So she was telling the doctor, when he was asking her, like, well, wait a minute, if you're following all the rules, like, why are you gaining weight? I mean, if you're following the eating plan, how is it possible that you're gaining? And she said something like, well, I know that I really want to have cookies, so I allow myself to have the cookies, because I know if I don't have the cookies, I'll just eat a lot of cookies. So he was like, but why are you eating the cookies to begin with? But in her mind, that's why, I mean, she was like following the plan, because it was like, in her mind, she was circumventing a binge of cookies by
a cookie
having cookies. But it was just like, but she was having cookies in addition to everything else that she was eating.
Right.
So it was like, we trick ourselves, into thinking that things are okay, and it's a slippery slope for sure.
Well, and I think you so here's the dirty little secret, is that in the losing phase, you're so good and so dialed for that 95% of your time. And then you have that cookie or the couple cookies here and there, and you're like, oh, I can have cookies every once in a while and still lose weight.
Yeah.
And it creates this little, like, well, now I know that. So, and then you have crackers. Like, oh, I can have crackers and keep losing weight. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I can have a salted caramel mocha and still lose weight. I can have and then that shit slowly grows over time. Yeah. And because you're like, but I can have it and still lose weight, so I can at least have it and maintain weight. The problem is the quantity goes up and you don't realize it, or the frequency goes up and you're not realizing it, because you've associated the thing with is okay. The thing is okay because it still can lose weight.
Yeah.
It's not, you realize, the thing once a week or once every other week is okay. It's, you just associate the thing, associate the frequency. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is.
Well, and it's the same. It's funny watching people not early out, but like where we were 2 years ago or whatever, talking about the alcohol thing. Because it's like, oh my God, I went out, to my first meet and greet, and oh my God, I got hammered every single night and whatever. And then like, I came home and I lost 5 pounds. It's like, it's because you're dehydrated, bitch.
Right.
You should be probably in the emergency room right now. Trust me, I've been there. It's like, you didn't lose any weight. You lost all your body water. You won't take a pee now for the next few days, and you're going to feel like crap. So the alcohol did not help you lose weight. You are just dehydrated.
And let me tell you a fun little fact. Once you think that works, once you think that works, you then will go to an event and think, well, I lose weight at all these events, no problem. And I'll throw myself under the bus because in NOLA, I thought, oh, I'm going to drop 5 pounds. This is going to be awesome. Like, cause we're just going to drink. We're not going to really eat. I ate more king cake and bullshit on that trip than I would have ever allowed myself before.
This last trip?
Oh God. Yeah. Every morning I had king cake for breakfast every morning easily. And maybe when we came home drunk, I'd have more, and, so I was eating pure carby sugar cake like the whole time we were there.
Do you think that was because of the alcohol, or do you think you would have done that even sober because it was the cake? I mean, it was there.
I think sober I would have not done it. No, because I didn't do it before. I think, but no, because in the morning I was sober, but I was trying to be like, oh, I'm going to eat something fatty, carby to kind of take away the crappy feeling,
Yeah.
But I think the one I felt the best though was when we went out to that breakfast that morning. And we had a little bit of hair of the dog and then just a small little breakfast, even though there was some carbs in that breakfast. I felt better after that than I did eating that shitty king cake. I mean, the king cake was good, but I mean shitty for you king cake. So yeah. Yep. Don't get
that was bad. But that was bad. You and I were like, this restaurant is rocking. And it's and it wasn't even like that. I don't know. It wasn't even like the night before. Was that crazy? I mean, it was a late night, but it wasn't like heavy drinking. But it was like, I just had to look at you and just say, we either have to like
throttle up
for this right now, or we're just gonna throw us in some wheelchairs and we'll watch the parades like from the side. And just that little, like, you had your very first ever Bloody Mary, and I had a mimosa, and so it wasn't even like it was like a lot. But instantly, like,
we both were like, "Oh, I feel so much better." Oh
I'm like, God. The restaurant is not moving anymore. Okay, and then we didn't drink all day. Like, we were at that parade like all day, and it was like so much fun.
We went on the ferry, which I thought was dangerous that morning, but we took the ferry across the river, which I'd never done, which I thought was cool. But I'm like, holy shit, this is and I never felt like I got off that ferry in that restaurant. I thought the restaurant was on the ferry.
On the water. Yeah.
I'm like, this must be on the ferry because this is bad. And then that was really weird, man. And I haven't really had hangover symptoms since I had VSG. I mean, I still get the headache once in a while, but that's about it. But yeah, that was, but yeah, thank God we had something to drink. Ooh, that was bad.
Yeah. I didn't have any headache or anything like that, but I felt woozy. I felt like the ground was moving. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, there's a whole day of parades in front of us. And that's like one of my most favorite parts of that whole, like, that trip is like when we spend the entire day, at the parade.
Just out there.
So like, I was like really hoping I wasn't going to feel crappy. And I didn't, but that night ended up being fun. Oh my God, Joey was so much fun.
You know what's funny? That we took the people are like, yeah, great, this is your trip. What do we care? We took the liquor in the plastic water bottles. Remember, we put the liquor in the plastic water bottles and took those, and then we were just kind of adding it to Diet Cokes and stuff throughout the day, but not to the point of drunk. Just to just maintain the feeling of not being sick.
Well, and also we were there with children, and we were there with Tanya's family, and that's just, I didn't feel like I wanted just to be all crazy. Yeah. Which is great because her family is fantastic.
Oh, they're the best.
They're like the best. But all right. Well, we digressed.
We did digress.
Yeah, that was good. Did anybody else have any questions? I thought we might have a surprise thing now and again, but maybe that's not going to happen.
I mean, I can make that. I can facilitate that.
I thought I did.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, nope. Except Pete gave the thumbs up, and I think that's a thumb on the particular sleep aid that I mentioned. He's like, I thought I was the only one that used that sleep aid. No. Putting men to sleep since 0 BC.
Since there was the invention of hands.
Yeah, exactly. Since the opposable thumb.
But now with Pete though, it's like, does he take a few nibbles of the whatever's in his freezer before he goes to bed, or?
It puts the lotion on his skin, or it gets the freezer burn again.
Yes.
I think that was all. Yeah, you know, it's funny, Pete. I'm glad you're watching, sir. I almost reached out to you the day to see how you're doing. I hadn't seen anything from you. I hope you're doing okay, and all your medical stuff's doing better, brother. So
he posted a picture the other day. He looked pretty good. He
it looks
posted
good.
like a picture like arms, and I think he was even daring enough to be like in his skivvies, which just looked like shorts, you know, like regular shorts. They didn't even look like underwear. But that was good. That he was feeling, you know, like he's willing to put himself out there.
That's good. Now I've been thinking, you know, that maybe what I need to do, at least for me, even just for me, would be to read, you know, when I did my side by side, my 360, my 260, and my 220 picture, or whatever it was, 250, whatever my goal weight was.
You should do like do you have a 201 or 200?
I probably have a 210. I don't think I have a 202. I went back and looked at my video when I was at 202, and my face was just, I mean,
I know that feeling.
Really drawn in, and I was like, "Oh, you know, like." So I specifically put this. Well, I didn't specifically. It was time to get rid of the beard. It's like going into spring. I want to have my summer. So
are you going to do a 210 next to 220?
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about doing a 224 to like my current weight to that, just for myself to see both.
If your head can get around it.
Wait a minute. I think I do know where there's a 202. And I think it was one of my Naked Novembers.
Ooh.
I think there's a video, a side shot that I could use for that. So
yeah, if you could find that and then like show, I mean, if you could do it, and then maybe your head will actually catch up with, you know, everything else. Although I'll tell you right now, it's probably not. It's like we know us, right? It's like it's probably not. I
mean, I was just dating a woman who had never seen me big, didn't know I was ever big, and she was like, when we were talking one day, we got very. That relationship went from 0 to 100 real fast from the emotional perspective and the kind of conversations we had and stuff. It was very deep.
You?
No,
that happened to you? No,
but I'm talking like within the span of 2 weeks, we were talking about shit that was pretty deep. Like, I'm like, you don't talk about this kind of stuff with somebody you just met, and both of us were doing it. And it's the way
I blink, and you have an entire relationship.
It was like that. It really was.
Wait, are we talking about the same person?
Same girl? Is this the same girl last week? No, this is another one. No. But no. So she was like,
"That's okay. You're allowed."
We got into this like really deep conversation. She's like, "But that's not what people see." She's like, "Only you see that." And I'm like, "I get that." I'm like, "I'm trying to explain to you why this is." Like, I'm like, "I appreciate it," but she's like, "I would never have known if you hadn't told me." Like, never. Like.
And poor thing is probably trying to get through to you, and you're just like, I know, but like I don't know, but I know.
I know, but I can't sync that up. I just can't. You know, like it's just, I want to believe me, but it's kind of funny. So yeah, I just realized people don't see, you know, the people who didn't know or never knew are not gonna know. Like what you see in your head is not reality. Like and I think Lauren was pretty good about talking about that too, and who else was really good about talking about that? But they said like they didn't when they were really big. I'm pretty sure it was Lauren. When they were really big, they never saw themselves as really big, not that big. And when they're really small, they still don't see themselves as that small either. I'm the same way. I'm exactly the same way. Yeah. Every once in a while, I'll get done lifting and I'll be walking to the gym, and I'll be coming out of the shower with a towel on or something, and I'll see in the mirror like at my most swollen up and just and I'm like, holy shit, like that's awesome. I wish I could look like that all the time. And then in my head, after that, I'm right back to the other me, whatever that was. You know, like it's so weird. I can't hang on to it.
You're old enough now to not be walking around the gym in a towel. Like you're old enough now to be that old dude.
That old dude that walks around with
naked, nothing. You know, puts his leg up on the thing and starts a conversation about the weather.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Oh shit.
No, yeah, I think that's probably true for a lot of us. Is like the big don't see it, the small don't see it. But what's really weird is like I was getting my teeth cleaned at the dentist, and the dental hygienist guy was like, "Hey, do you have any fun plans for the summer?" You know, I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm going on a cruise for my best friend's birthday, and doing a wine camp weekend, and oh yeah, I'm gonna go do like a weight loss surgery convention. And then like conversation was going on, and he's like, I'm sorry, I gotta come back to this, but what do you do at a weight loss surgery convention? Like why are you going? Like,
That's how I came up with her.
And I'm like, whoa, well, because I had weight loss surgery. And he's like, really? And like he was like, you'd never know it. And I'm like, well, trust me, you would know something was up if you saw me like completely nude. But like, yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's like
it's the exact same conversation.
Yeah, but it's like, but he couldn't wrap he's like, he just was like,
yeah.
But the dentist I'd been going to since before weight loss surgery and whatever, and he asked me what I was doing or in that kind of thing. But it was just like for somebody who had never known me or had never had any interaction, they were just like really? Like, yeah. So it's interesting. I mean, I guess those are NSVs, but it's just like, I have to go now out of my way to sort of explain. It's like, oh yeah, no. It's like, yeah, I had weight loss surgery and I go now and try to help other people, based on my experience and be around people who understand it and get it and that kind of thing. But yeah, he's like, why are you going? Like, what do you do there? Like,
that's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
That's actually how I came up with
the
Emmy.
person.
It was like I just say her name, nobody knows her. But yeah, that's how I came up with her. I'm like, well, I got this. We were talking about things that were coming up. I'm like, yeah, I got this thing in May. I gotta go speak on this panel. And she's like, what's that for? And I'm like, shit, why did I open that door? I'm like, but then I just told her, I'm like, well, just own it, and then that was just, and then some of the other things I would say then, she was like, but just the way I would phrase things or something, she'd be like, yeah, but that you should be thinking that way. You're like, she just saw me differently. So, it's like, why are you saying that? I'm like, because I was this way for 42 years. I mean, like, it doesn't go away. And she's like, but I want you to be like, I want you to see yourself this way. I'm like, I get that you want that, and I want that too. But I'm like, this is the reality of it. And I'm like, you can keep telling me, no, it makes me feel great. You can keep bringing it on. But
she doesn't realize you're a 14-year-old girl on the inside, really.
Right. Exactly.
And you're just like, all you want to hear is like, just love me.
Just love me. I'm like, no, I liked it. Like, I definitely. I don't think, and again, I don't know if you're familiar with the whole love languages thing, but, there's like 5 different love languages and different people feel love different ways. Right. So, but, my top 2 are definitely, touch and words of affirmation. I don't know why, they just are. That's my thing. And other people, it's acts of service. Other people, it's, spending time with them. And there's another one. What the hell is that one? Acts of service, words of affirmation. Clearly it's not one of mine. Whatever it is, but like understanding that that's how different people feel loved in different ways. If you can kind of acknowledge like whatever your partner like values and you love them at that level, they feel loved. And if they love you at your level, you feel loved. So, but yeah, those are definitely 2 of my things. So I'm like, you keep giving me praise, acknowledging, I'm not saying you sit there and tell me I'm great looking or anything, but you can acknowledge the good things about me. And I'm not going to ever get tired of hearing that.
Yeah.
It's only going to make me like you more. So yeah, it's kind of funny. So I don't take compliments well, but I like to hear them.
Yeah. Do compliments still, do they still make you uncomfortable?
I still,
or do you feel like there's an essence or there's a part of you now that has actually kind of earned it?
I still think I have to force myself to immediately just say thank you. Like, because I still have that reaction of like, me? Are you fucking kidding me? What are you talking about? So it's sad, but I'm going to have to say it's true. It's
really
true.
I can take it now. But I take it from a place of like, yeah, no, it was hard work and it's not easy and it's an everyday thing. This is what I think to myself.
Right. So no, I definitely do that.
It's not hard for me to accept the compliment because it's
you feel like you earned it.
Yeah. But then there's the other part of me. That still very much is in the place where I started, where it's kind of like, but I'm the same person. Like I'm the same person on the inside. So the compliment it's flattering, but at the same time, it kind of sends a second message that maybe there was something wrong with me before.
Yeah, no,
So I take it, but then at the same time, I'm thinking, well, was there something wrong with me before? Like, and I don't think so. Like,
Yeah, I don't think of it that way. I think of it as like, I think of it more of like, oh, thank you, but well, clearly this person doesn't really like. I don't want to belittle their compliment. I appreciate it, but there's a part of me that's like, well, that's nice if silly little person, like oh, that's sweet of you to say. If only it were really as true for everybody as it is for you in this moment. Like, I know that sounds stupid, but it's like, I'm not that great. You know, thanks for the compliment, but I'm really not that great. You know, I immediately turn it off. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's not right. I know it's not right, but I think over time, like, I think there were certain people I could take it from and that I appreciated it from. And I think, I just have to get super comfortable with them and realize, oh no, they really do see me that way. And that makes me feel great that they see me that way. So,
well, awesome. So just probably because we're getting close to wrapping up, for the 8 folks that are watching, and maybe the folks that will, holy shit, what just happened here?
Unmute yourself. You have to unmute yourself. Okay.
Oh.
There you go. No, you're good. You're good. I hear you now.
Oh, okay.
It
is sexiness to tonight's show.
Yes.
How could we forget? If it is almost a Fat King show now.
Yes.
And you're coming live from Canby, Oregon, right?
I am. It's
and
beautiful. It's a
where's
beautiful
the pub
day here.
Where's the pub shed?
Oh, it's over here.
Have you got yourself a refreshment from the pub shed?
Yes, I did.
Ooh, the weather looks nice too.
It's beautiful.
And where's your beautiful bride?
She's with the kids. There's too many kids over in pub shed. I had to come over here to the deck and
the man area.
Yeah.
The man area. Crap, that means you can't walk around in your...
Evacuate the kids from the pub shed and I'll come back.
Kids, you're abandoned the pub shed.
I can hear that. Kids, abandoned. Yeah, you
over 21 only.
You need to be able to walk around in your wife beater and your inappropriate underwear.
Here we go.
Going in.
Loves.
There they are.
Hello. Oh, look at that beautiful.
Oh,
There we
shit,
are.
girl.
Hey, girl.
Hey.
Let me see your ensemble. You got like the off the
No. You know what this is? This is for real. This is a fat girl moment. This is a shirt I bought at like an event at my highest, and then I just cut the neckline out.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
And now I just like wear it with pajama shorts. See? With pajama shorts.
Nice.
Oh, I love pajama shorts.
So I just like have this, like I cut the neckline out. It's probably like a 3X or some bullshit that I bought like at my biggest.
Could you actually wear that though as a dress, like as a skirt, like as a?
It's too short.
It's a little bit too short, but it's definitely big enough. I mean, like there's no.
What about as a?
Let's define
with
short.
With a
But it's a
bathing
little
suit?
short.
What about
But
as a
I
cover
wear
for a
it
bathing
now.
suit? Uh-oh.
Yeah, but I'll like wear it with
Okay.
yoga pants, with like capri yoga
yeah.
yoga pants, or like. I think it's kind of sexy, you know.
It is. I love it. I love a little
it's
shoulder action.
the whole neck and the shoulder. You just kind of want to kiss on that. You know, it's just.
You could do
Don't
it,
get her
Bill.
wrong.
Just rip that shirt down, and you can pull it off. You can
Maybe
pull
my
it
big
off.
hairy shoulder would be sexy and kissable.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Pull it off.
Oh no!
Do you even clavicle bra?
Yeah. Do you even clavicle bra?
It's like it would be prickly though. It would be like
It probably is prickly.
I'm gonna do it.
But make him one for Nashville, and I bet you he'll wear it.
Oh my god, because I have, you know what I have? I have like a 3X Fat Kings Phil shirt.
Shit.
Oh,
That
you should do
sent me
that.
when Phil
Cut it
sent
off.
me when we first did it. I might just pull the neckline out
Yeah.
and
There
then
you go.
wear it with like some shorty shorts.
Was that back when Fat Kings thought they were going to be FUBU?
We thought we were going to continue to be Fat Kings, is what we thought.
No. I thought you were going to be fat us by fat us.
I'm back to TJ. He was in charge of branding on that.
So, what's the topic of tonight's show, gentlemen?
Well, it's been a very manly show. We've talked about hormones. We've talked about underwear. We've talked about
Phil's been
skincare.
Phil's been talking a lot about his hormones.
Yeah.
We actually both did. We talked quite a bit. So
Yeah.
hormone and sleep aids, male sleep aids,
Male
and
sleep aids, like the best way to fall asleep at night, right
Jerking
before
off?
bed.
exactly.
You want to give Phil the strongest sleep aid, so when you're in the
Nashville?
WLSFA, like,
Hey, we have a trust, a bond of
sound
trust.
asleep.
We have a bond of trust.
Yeah, the only sleep aids that will be happening in Nashville will be Ambien, Ambien and Skinny Pop.
Ambient and skinny pop. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's the best. God, I will fucking skinny pop bitch all day.
What are you drinking, Sarah Spoon?
Pinot Gris. I just got my nails done at a new
They're
place.
beautiful. Which kind of Pinot Gris? Is it Oregon, Washington?
I don't know. It's what I drink
It
at
is
the grocery
Oregon.
bar.
It is Oregon.
You know how I go to the grocery bar? Our grocery store.
The grocery bar, yeah.
Our grocery store serves wine and beer by the glass Wednesday, Thursday, Friday nights.
Oh, that's
Nice.
interesting.
And it's $5 a glass of wine, and you can pull any bottle off the shelf you want, and they'll just serve it to you for $5 a glass.
That's crazy.
Oh.
I know, and beer, they'll do, they have like 8 taps, and it's all local brew, and it's between 6 and 14% ABV.
Yeah.
So I tried this amazing Saison tonight, but I'm just drinking a Pinot Gris from there.
Well, that's what I was going to
I
ask
went
you.
straight from the nail salon home. That's what I mean.
Nice. That's
I
your
don't
life.
think I've stopped and tried anything.
That's your life. Your nails, your wine, and your man.
Girl.
Oh, it's so nice too. I'm gonna take my shirt off. It's such a beautiful day.
Look at him go. Wow.
There we go.
Oh, dear.
Oh, my God.
Oh, there we go.
Let's save
That's
it.
right.
It's
I'm not
gorgeous here.
ashamed.
Well, if it wasn't snowing, I'd join you, but it's snowing. So,
Is it snowing in Denver?
no, I'm in the Springs. I'm still up in the Springs. So, we're a little higher than Denver. Just a little bit.
It's like 75,
73.
sunny.
That's awesome.
Really?
Yeah, no, we're literally like, look, do you want to see what's happening at our house? So here's Pub Shed. You know, you've been here.
Yeah,
Perky
I
Poo.
have. Oh, I love it.
And then here's our yard, and our kids are playing across the way.
Nice. Oh, that swing set wasn't there the last time I was there.
Oh, yeah, there's a swing set now, and there's our deck with the popcorn lights.
That's the stage. That's not the deck. That's
the
the
stage. It is the stage. That's where Chris Waffle plays his
So
instrument.
I haven't asked this. Maybe it's putting you on the spot, but is there going to be a Waffle Palooza this summer? Maybe-ish? No?
Yes.
We're gonna have a party.
It's going to be in a modified format.
Okay.
It's frozen.
It might not be like open invitation the way it's always been, but that doesn't
It's
make us
exclusive
douchebags,
list.
right?
No, you're
Yeah.
exclusive.
No, only because, I know how much work goes into preparing for something, and sometimes you just want to know exactly what you have to do to make it less stressful. So I totally understand. I totally get it.
Yeah.
Well,
And the other nice thing is
Love everyone.
people can also get their fill of the spoon waffles in Nashville, too.
Oh, yes.
Like, that is like all access.
That is all access.
I mean, all access.
we thought maybe this year we would mix groups. So Waffle Palooza has always been weight loss surgery patients. We thought we might mix our group of friends a little bit and then do a murder mystery party.
Oh, yeah. I know you've been dying to do one.
Oh, I want to be on the murder side. Okay.
Yes.
Well, that could be part of your...
Only if your hormones can handle it, Phil.
Well, I'm up. I've tripled my testosterone, and I'm cutting my estrogen. We're good.
So that's why that's why Phil needs to
like
plan
we
his
could plan
PNW trip.
Kirk, don't you feel like we could plan it around Phil and the O'Rourke's?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I'll
definitely.
this is a different year. I'll make it happen. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see Kirk this year. I'm probably going up to Canada. Well, I'm likely going up to Canada at some point, so I can make it there.
Canada. Can I go to Canada with
Yes,
you? I
you come with me.
Kirk's pretty close to us.
Yeah.
Perfect. We'll make it happen.
We're gonna have a party for everyone who helped with the album.
Smart.
That's gonna be more of like a nerd rock party. What's happening over here?
I don't know. They're going away, and I'm
Where are
happy
they going in the
about
front yard? What happened?
Brent's obsessed with
They're blinded by your hotness.
Aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh. Parenting's the worst.
So hard.
Children suck.
You know that you have to do
Children
it
that you
all the
see.
time.
Yeah. No. Think twice. Think twice, people.
Yeah. Wrap it, double wrap it. When you guys are at WLSFA, you don't know where those people have been.
That's true.
Do you think anyone's ever gotten pregnant
what?
from a WLSFA event?
Has
If
anyone
not,
gotten
it's an act of
pregnant?
miracle.
No. Do you
Yeah.
guys know that after 9 months after a WLSFA event, there's like a spike in pregnancy, in like births and babies being born?
Is there
And
really?
that's just from Phil alone.
That's not cool.
I kid. I kid because I love.
I know.
That's
I
for
know.
you, Phil.
That's all right. I'm saving myself for you.
What's that?
Oh,
Perfect.
let's get rid of him. Hey,
Bring
boys.
extra Ambien.
Well, we've had
Bring on the Ambien.
Sarah and I've had multiple pregnancies. We just don't bring those little shits to term.
No. No way. You know what I learned when I had weight loss surgery? We all have choices about how we live our life.
Yeah.
The end.
We do. We have spiritual babies. We just
Oh my God. Kirk and I have so many mind babies. It's dirty. We've
yeah.
populated entire countries.
Stuart.
Our children would be really cool though. A little
Oh my
hairy,
God. We would have the
quirky.
most beautiful babies.
Yeah, they'd be little. But you know what though? I'll tell you, they would not be as good of a dancer as your daughter is. Like your daughter.
No, I feel like she gets that from me. I can dance.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what attracted me to Sarah at OH13. Remember, I saw her booty on the dance floor,
When you were trying to give her Twinkies.
and I was trying to slip her my Twinkie.
Mm-hmm.
The second highest pregnancy event. Yes, I remember.
How's your puppy, Kirk? I'm having puppy moments. How's your baby?
She's good. She's just walking around back here doing her thing. She's like, thank God for her, because I get very lonely.
No. She looks like my baby.
And right now she really wants to eat my salad that's on the counter. That she keeps going over and taking a look.
Is she sniffing it out?
Yeah, because she will get it if it's on the counter. If she's eating like entire pizzas, entire like packages of bagels, like she'll eat it all. She's got no shame. She's
Just
a
like you, boy.
she's a WLSFer. She's like
Kurt. So speaking of the WSFA, so the first night or like Friday night, I believe is going to be like a cowboy themed.
yeah.
So are you going to have like a cowboy outfit? Because I'm picturing for you like a lot of pink fringe and assless chaps.
No, Kirk.
Assless chaps, yes. Pink fringe, no.
I would do pink fringe.
You would.
Here's the thing, is that I think Lacey told me nobody in Nashville dresses like a cowboy.
Right.
This is not Texas. So we need to get some. We need like douchey jeans with rhinestones on the pockets.
Oh.
Some like affliction shirts or something, maybe. I don't know.
It's not.
I'm actually thinking about doing, this is no lie, this is actually the truth. I'm thinking about doing an entire lumbersexual
Oh,
I like it. I wore my cowboy
So, did ya?
to work, and I was thinking about like how I'm gonna work that jam in Nashville.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have touches of things there, here and there, but I think it's gonna have a very lumbersexual vibe. So no more fancy vests and paisley ties. It may be a plaid vest with
a plaid tie.
or a tie made out of something you wouldn't normally make a tie out of. Who knows? I don't
That's a
know.
very special bolo. That's sounds
Phil,
good.
have you-
Or I just might be nude. I'll just be nude the entire time and wear my pornographic underwear. Have you seen my pornographic underwear, by the way?
I think Chris wore some at the beach.
No. Like
It's
here,
more than that.
you guys talk for a second. Yeah, it's way worse.
But this might be a good time to duck out of the show. That is. We keep the broadcast going. I mean, we keep the.
Phil, what do you plan to wear in Nashville?
You know what? I
Western
just
night.
literally booked my airline ticket, and I haven't really I just saw the schedule, and
Good.
that's about it. I haven't really thought more about it.
All right, check these bad boys out. And Phil, you would love
It's really
these.
hard to find.
They're really nice and soft. Can you see them?
Oh,
They literally are.
Oh.
Wow.
My.
Here, I'll click on you, Kirk. Hold them there. Yeah.
These are my porno underwear. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Look at Susan, you sexy girl.
Susan.
I went to prom with a girl named Susan.
Yeah, it's like Harry Bush
Did that.
80s
Look at that.
porno underwear.
Probably had a Harry Bush.
Harry
though.
Bush porno underwear?
Yeah, did you see how hairy her bush was? Like,
No, like a little bit slower, brah.
All right, okay, hold
I don't
on.
know.
Oh,
Like,
here it is.
really low
Look.
connection. You got to hold it real still.
But make noise.
Oh,
I
okay.
got clicked
Here, I'll
on.
talk.
He's
All right,
clicked
see?
on.
Yeah, see, like,
Oh.
yeah. There's no
That's
Brazilian action there.
And that's how our video got flagged.
Well, no, because it's not live. It's just
Okay.
it's art. It's actually
It's
just,
not live right now?
it's fat. Oh, it's
And we're
live.
live.
I mean,
So at some point we have to duck out of the live so we can just chit chat. So
yeah, no, those are amazing. In fact, I got so many compliments on them from one of the weekends with my other friends that were on earlier, or that texted earlier, that I got a pair for one of them because they were like, those were the most amazing underwear ever. And I'm like, oh, they were $4 online. You get a pair. You get a pair.
so gentlemen, all the gentlemen that are watching, I'm gonna get us out of here. Hang on a second. So for
Okay.
all of you gentlemen watching, you now have material for sleep aid. So I think that will conclude this month's show on the live part anyway.
Yeah.
So until next month, when we won't wait till the last day of the month, remember, what the hell is our tag again, Kirk? Do you remember it? Don't live your world, don't define your world in black and white, because there's so much hiding amongst
Gray.
the gray. And God, please do not let this knock us all off. Good night.